Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. We are in Stormworks once again working on our micro carrier, and in this one we are finally going to start working on the inside a little bit. So stick around. We're going to get a cargo lift in, and we're going to work on a few more cranes and some of the floor plan and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, if you like the build, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you definitely stay up to feed or up to date with the build series and whatnot. And speaking on top of that too, if you guys want more content, you want to stay in touch, you want to make suggestions, just make some friends, whatever. Check out our Discord. I'll leave the link down below. I periodically I'll kind of at everyone, and we'll hop on Stormworks and play together, kind of mess around with the ships I'm working on, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna quit yapping for now, guys. I'm gonna let the build roll a little bit earlier in this video than I usually do, just under the pretense that, yeah, guys, we're gonna be working on a few elevators, a few cranes. Just there's not going to be one specific part of the ship we're going to work on right now. So right now you see me putting the little cutout for our elevator in here, and this is going to be like a cargo elevator. It's going to go from the hangar bay, and it's going to go to one of the main decks, and then it's also going to go into a lower deck, which I believe I've showed off to you guys. There's going to be a little blast door on that little lower floor where you can store weapons and munitions and explosives. It's going to be a little bit more defended, and it's easier to load things in and out of there. So All right, so we kind of got one of the lifts in. You can see that I was kind of dabbling around with the idea of making two of them, but I decided ultimately for space reasons not to. I know it seems like the ship's a pretty big ship, but when you actually take into consideration the type of the space on the ship that is inside and not like hangar or deck space, there's not all that much space. So I'm trying to conserve it a little bit. This was one of the ways. So that's going to be obviously detailed up a lot more, but that is going to be kind of our weapon storage, and I mean like warheads, that kind of thing, not guns and grenades and that kind of thing. We'll get into a separate armory later on. That's way down the road, but yeah, so that's kind of what we're working on. I just kind of making sure that the spacing and the actual location of this lift makes a lot of sense for what we're trying to do. And then later on, we're going to work on a little bit of cranes and stuff too. But basically, my goal for this ship is I want it to basically function. I want you to basically be able to do anything you need from the ship without having to take it to a workbench. So, alongside with this lift, there's going to be this floor kind of turns into a long hallway, and you're going to be able to store some missiles down here, but there's going to be a crane on this floor so you can pull missiles up and out and either load them onto planes in the hangar deck, or there's going to be a automatic missile loading gantry in the front of the hull for TV guided missiles later on. But yeah, kind of stuff like that. There's going to be maybe some man pads too, some manned portable air defense systems. But yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. And, I'm trying to make sure that logistically all of the, cranes and lifts and that kind of stuff are in place before we go ahead and start trying to fill in the interior a lot more. So that's what we're working on now. That's what this lift is for. And that's why, recently we've kind of been working on a lot more of like the cranes and doorways and kind of shaping the larger areas of the boat and whatnot. And so you might notice that it might not necessarily be the best location for a lift, and you probably are right. There's probably a better place to store the weapons in this carrier, if we're being honest. But it was kind of like a 6 or half dozen situation for me, because it's either we got to put weapons on the outside of the hull, touching the outside, or we have to put fuel. So either or is not a great option. We're trying to conserve space, so I went along with the weapons just because if the fuel tank catches on fire, I think that's probably a bigger deal than flooding. So that's kind of the mindset with that. Right now, you can see I'm kind of working on that blast door, and so this is going to be a separate physics body that kind of just slides in and out with the lift. And this is to kind of just give an extra layer of protection because, again, a lot of explosives down there and stuff. Plus, there's probably some extra added peace of mind to the fact of not letting those just be open and visible and accessible whenever. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on here. You can see we cram a door in here. There's actually a little walkway that goes on both sides of this door later on. And then this door also kind of blocks a path to this little hallway you see between this track and the wall right behind my back right now is going to be like a server room and like an anti-self or a self-destruct system, that kind of stuff. But again, we'll get into all this way more down the road. For the meantime, I'm gonna probably let the build more or less finish out, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the stuff that we built in this episode. So that just about does it for the building. You guys see that I lost a little self-control there and started blowing stuff up. But in the name of testing, we'll call it. So I was being productive. It was definitely useful to blow the ship up. Anyways, I'm kind of just yapping on about. So we're back in the world. I'm just going to spawn the world out, or spawn it in the world and drive it around a little bit. It's almost funny seeing the ship when I record these videos because of how much further ahead I keep it. But yeah, we're just going to kind of show it off, and I'm going to test this lift while we're underway. It looks like the boat's got quite a little bit of a lean to it right now, so we'll have to address that later on. But yeah, I just kind of testing out the lifts. I want to make sure everything is kind of operates smoothly while the vehicle is moving. I know it's one thing when it's just kind of parked in dock, but to get it underway and to get it, you know, with a load on it and that kind of stuff is different. So we'll get the tractor out and we'll drive it around a little. Basically my favorite activity. Probably the biggest distraction when building this thing, honestly, is just racing the tractor around on the deck. But this is probably why I'm going to make a racetrack add-on for the deck for the tractor. But, you know, that's down the road. That's for when I'm really, really bored and apparently out of C4. But yeah, we're down here on the lift, and you can fit the tractor down here. Funny enough, you could actually still fit the tractor down on these levels, even with the build being much closer to the finish. So that's a little fun Easter egg for you guys. But yeah, I think there's plenty of space down there for some good missiles and some bombs and stuff like that, and we can fit the tractor, so the lift is, you know, definitely pretty big, or at least big enough. But yeah, guys, that's gonna just about do it for this episode. So if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Come back for more. I make 2 of these videos twice a week, so definitely check them out. And if you don't know, as soon as this is done, I will get this on the workshop so you guys can all play with it. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much if you made it to the end, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.